Welcome back to Network Africa. Now, more news has emerged concerning the British pilot who was shot dead by an elephant poaching gang on Friday. We understand that he maneuvered his helicopter to save his colleague's life before he collapsed and died. Roger Gower died while tracking poachers in the Maswa Game Reserve in the northern part of Tanzania. Officials confirmed his helicopter crashed after being hit by rounds from an AK-47 rifle fired from the ground on Friday. Tanzanian police have now made 3 arrests of suspects over the death of the pilot. Joining us from Washington, D.C. is the Program Director for the African Wildlife Foundation, Jamil Mandima. Jamil, thank you very much for joining us. Jamil, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to join you and talk about this very sad news.
Yes, it's actually quite disheartening. We were just talking about the progress that was made in South Africa last week, and now we're looking at a pilot who's been killed by poachers. Seeing the sophistication of the poachers being alarming to say the least, what more can be done to actually safeguard the lives of rangers?
A couple of things. I think this just goes to reinforce a need for us all to keep providing the best of firearms that these rangers can have to be able to equal and better against the poachers. I think we need to continue to reinforce and to get together and provide more support on the ground. It is important that we continue to provide the needed aerial surveillance and also ensure that the ground troops and the rangers and scouts are well equipped and they work together jointly to really be able to win this battle.
Now, Jamil, this case actually highlights the fact that there might be more need for harsher sentences. That's according to what analysts are saying. Do you support that view?
I missed the part of what you said, but
I'm saying that analysts are saying that we need to see harsher sentences given to poachers. So I'm asking if you're in support of that.
Exactly, and in fact, you may recall that African Wildlife Foundation is already conducting a series of judiciary trainings in Tanzania, in Kenya, in several other countries, and the whole idea is to push to ensure that whoever perpetrates these crimes, and the poachers, like in this case, those that killed Roger, really get punitive punishments. And we have seen countries in Africa starting to do that. Tanzania is one of them. So we really have hope that the legal consequences coming to these poachers will really be able to send a very strong message.
Speaking of message, Jamil, you've said it before, but I will ask you to say it again. What do regular folks like myself and our viewers do in order to help in this fight against poaching?
So we need to continue to increase our financial support individually. We need to continue to raise awareness and say people innocent with a passion for wildlife protection are being killed and losing their lives. So we all need to be part of the same united front to fight against these poachers. We need to be able to avoid buying any of these illicit products and sensitize anybody who might buy even either out of ignorance or because they want to make money to stop the buying and work towards stopping the killing and the illicit trafficking.
Jamil Mandima, Program Director for African Wildlife Foundation, thank you very much for joining us on Network Africa. Well, we move on to other stories now. According to a United Nations report, there were a total of 69 reports as at 2015 regarding peacekeepers' abuse allegations in the Central African Republic. As things stand now, the United Nations is doing everything that they can to assist the victims to bring accountability and justice for them.
Are trying to establish much stronger ties with community-based organizations who we think will bring allegations to us. If some poor girl has been raped, she may not feel very comfortable going up to a big UN base with barbed wire and soldiers with guns and flak jackets on, but through our work with community-based organizations, hopefully that girl, her mother or father will feel comfortable approaching that organization, who can then come to us. The focus at present in terms of victim assistance is through the kind of psychosocial and medical type of assistance that any victim of a sexual crime deserves, needs, can benefit from. So it's not so much compensation, it's more victim support. We also now are working very actively in the case of a victim becoming pregnant to find ways to ensure that the welfare of the child is looked after by the individual responsibles.
And on that note, here's our question of the day. What are your thoughts about the AU's decision to leave the International Criminal Court? Feel free to send us your feedback and your thoughts either via email or Twitter. The address and handle are right there on your screen. Thank you so much for watching Network Africa on Channels Television. I'm Cynthia Are.